In this week's Seder VaYetze, we're told that when Yaakov Avinu left the home of his parents, journeying to Haran to find for himself a wife, running away from his brother Esav who sought to kill him, we're told Vayifga b'makom vayolen sham kiva hashemesh, that he confronted, or he smacked in, as it were, to the place, vayolen sham kiva hashemesh, and because the sun had set earlier than expected, he was forced to bed down for the night. He prepared an appropriate place for him to sleep, guarded by the rocks. And he had that famous dream of the ladder whose feet were on the ground and whose top ascended all the way to the heavens. And behold, there were angels that were ascending the ladder and descending the ladder. And we're told by Chazal, cited by Rashi, that Vayifga b'makom, it's a lashon of tefillah. It's an expression of davening. And that Yaakov Avinu was mesakein arvis. Yaakov Avinu enacted what we refer to as mariv at night. And we know from previous sedras that Avraham Avinu, vayashkem Avram baboker, el hamokom asher amad sham es panei Hashem, Avram Avinu was mesakein. Avram enacted the prayer that we recite in the morning, shacharis. And vayetze Yitzchak l'suach basada, Yitzchak enacted the tefillah of Mincha. So all three tefillos that we daily engage in were provided for us already by our avos, by the patriarchs. And the times that we are supposed to recite these tefillos were provided for us by the chachamims, and the words were provided to us by the Anshe Knesset Hagadola. So we need to ask ourselves, what's left for our input? And the answer is not simply saying the words provided us by the Anshe Knesset Hagadola, in the tefillos provided for us by our avos, at the times as understood by Chachamim, but to say the words with concentration, with what we refer to as kavanah. And here, the Baal HaTurim poignantly tells us that sulam, the word ladder, b'gematria numerically is equal to kol, to a voice. Shekol tfilas hatzadikim hu sulam lemalachim la'alospo, that the voice of prayer, enunciated and articulated by tzadikim, by righteous people, effectively creates a ladder upon which the malachei asharis, the angels of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, can ascend and take our tefillos on high, as we would commonly recite during slichos, machniste rachamim, those who typically are able to provide and present mercy before the Almighty. Hachnisu rachamenu, please take our tefillos and present them with mercy before the Borei Olam. But that's tzaddikim. But continues the Baal HaTurim in this week's Sedra, and he says, Lechach, understanding this statement of the Zohar, that indeed, that effectively, the sound of tefillah provides a ladder for our prayers that can be taken on high by the Malachei Ashares. Lechach kol mi shemiskavein b'tfilaso, anyone who has proper concentration and feeling in his recitation of Shemona Esrei, then has sulam shalem bishli vosov. Then a person who has that kind of kavanah and can step away afterwards and say, wow, that Shemona Esrei was special, different than most of my Shemona Esreis perhaps, because I really felt that I had the proper kavanah and concentration, and I felt closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, says the Baal HaTurim. When proper kavanah is engaged in, hasulam shalem, the latter is perfect. Shalem in what regard? Shalem bishli vosov. It has all of its rungs that need follow one after the other. And when they are perfectly arranged, and no rung is missing, and no rung is weaker than the next, then the Yecholim La'alospo, then the angels can ascend the ladder of our tefillos, of our prayers, taking our tefillos with them, presenting them before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's all that we have to do to provide the uninterrupted, proper kavanah in our Shemona Esreis. When do prayers go undelivered to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as it were? When do Malachei Hasharis, do angels fall? When we lose kavanah, and the rung becomes weakened, and perhaps even snaps. And for a moment in time, we daydream, or we think of something else. We lose our focus, we lose our concentration. And when that happens, the kol tefillah and the sulam of our prayers to the Almighty is no longer properly and fully intact. That's when the angels fall. That's when our tefillos fall off the ladder and don't make it to the delivery post before Hashem Yisbarach. What a simple lesson for us to take. Time of tefillos, how many tefillos, when they are to be recited, and what is to be recited, have all been presented to us and on our behalf. It's simply ours to see to it that the ladder is whole. Have a wonderful Shabbos.